Mulligans and Hackers Golf Season 3 podcast episode, only number 5, but it's our season finale.
We did fewer last year, just so you know.
Well, we played a lot of golf, and there was a lot of time between podcasts, and we dedicated a lot more time to our golf games this year.
Yeah, we did.
And we had an absolute blast this year. I think if I remember right,
we'll go over some of our season highlights.
Absolutely. Later on in the podcast.
Later on in the pod, we'll do some season highlights because we both have a few.
Yes, 100%. I think the last time we left you guys, we were going into our final weekend of the season to teeing up our tour championship, along with us participating in the Halo tournament for the second year in a row.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so why don't we start with that?
The team.
Yeah, our team this year was composed of you, me, Jacob again for the second year, and then we added Clark in this year.
Clark was our
Clark was our fourth.
Yep.
So again, it's a one day tournament. It's a best ball tournament, scramble format. 18 holes. Have fun. There's lots of different goofy gimmicks out there on some of the holes, and the whole idea is just to raise money for Halo. Such a great cause.
Yes. And again, Halo is important to my family because it saved a member of my family's life. So that's why we do that.
Yeah, and it's quickly, this is only our second year that we participated, but it has already become one of our favorite events to play in every year.
And we don't ever have to look far to get people to fill the crew to go in and play that tournament.
100%. You get, usually we play a practice round in the morning, which we did again. Clark wasn't feeling great, so he did not play in the practice round because his back was bugging him. But myself, Jacob, and you went out and we had a practice round. It was good. And then, they have a barbecue in the afternoon when everybody's signing in, getting prepped. And then you play your round, and then you have a great dinner, and you get prizes. It's an awesome tournament.
It's well run. Kudos to everybody involved in organizing and running that.
And I think this year was the biggest one ever.
Yes.
And they have they actually changed the name of the tournament moving forward at the end of the year to the Les Little Classic, right. I believe is what it's now called.
Yes.
So
we'll participate in that one, hopefully again next year.
Oh, 100%. So our team was put together. We started on hole number 15? 15.
I can't remember now.
We started on hole 15.
Okay.
We started one hole further ahead than we started last year.
Okay.
So we started on 15.
Yes, the hole ahead of the par 5.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So from the get-go, we were playing outstanding golf.
We played from the blues, correct?
Yeah, mostly blues. There was a couple of the par threes where
from the blacks.
Where we played from the blacks for the hole-in-ones, and then a couple of the par threes that were moved up. There was one that was like a chip off basically or whatnot, but just little things to help improve and get people to buy in and make some money off it, right? So this year we were better prepared, right? Everybody brought a great gimme string. So yes. for those of you that don't know how a gimme string works, we got was it 3 feet, 2 feet,
3 feet,
3 feet a person, and so essentially what happens is you can take a shot on the green or a chip, and if you miss by 6 inches or a foot or whatever it is, you can take that string and you can essentially add it on so that it goes in the hole and it doesn't add a stroke.
Yes.
And they clarified that rule this year. So it would have been stupid for us not to do it.
So, and again, you buy the gimme string and the money goes to Halo. So obviously everybody wants to buy.
Yeah. Well, the idea is to incentivize it so that you buy it so you can make money for Halo, which we did this year. So all 4 of us got them. So it was our first year kind of using it. So we kind of, we tried to save 2 for each 9.
Yeah.
And I think when we rounded after 9, we had about like 2.5 left or something crazy.
We didn't use it as much as we thought we were going to use it.
That's right.
Because again, we have you putting,
Yep.
We have me off the tee box.
Yeah, and Jake was long. Jake was long, and
Clark was really good at the short game.
Yep.
Approach shots. I filled that role adequately as well.
And we were just really well rounded.
Yes.
It seemed like every time we were put in there wasn't too many positions where we were put in that we needed to make a shot.
Nope.
But we always made a shot.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, in that round we had 4 eagles.
Did we save the card?
It's at home.
Oh, son of a
it was 3 or 4 eagles.
Yep.
And we did have a couple pars in there on some of the tough par 3s.
I don't think we had a bogey.
We did not. We didn't have any bogeys. And the rest were birdies. It was birdies, pars, or eagles.
Yes.
And we finished with a 18 under score.
Yep.
And then it goes to handicaps because they add those on. And would you believe it? We had by far the best natural score at 18 under. I think the 2 teams that beat us were like 12 under and like 8 under or something stupid. And we lost by 1 full stroke after handicap calculation.
So we came in 3rd.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, again, at the end of the day, we want to go out and have fun and support Halo and make money for them and just be part of a fun tournament. I mean, we are competitive, so we do like to win. And I mean, I'll take that as a win. We absolutely played great. Like when we finished up and we went for dinner, it was like, hey, we couldn't have played any better.
Nope. Well, I mean, again, played right up to our potential.
Oh yeah, and we made some great putts.
You bet.
We had some great chip in, or we had a couple chip ins.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Great tournament. We hopefully will be back again next year.
So that one was the Friday. So then on the Saturday, we got to get up and play day 1 of the Tour Championship.
Tour Championship season finale.
Clark was the defending
Wrapping
champion.
up season number 3.
Yeah, already.
Yep,
it's crazy.
3 seasons.
So I won season 1, and then Clark had won season 2. The season 2, or you won the season.
I won
sorry.
season 2.
You won the season 2.
I'm not wearing my season 2 Tour Championship jacket, but I have it in the closet.
Yeah, sorry. Alvin won season 2, the Tour Championship.
It's my only major in the 3 seasons was last year's Tour Championship.
So season 3 was up for grabs, and if I'm not mistaken, it was a 5-man field.
Yep.
Because it was me, you, Clark, Dave,
Jake,
and Jake. No, I don't think Clark played.
You're right.
He didn't play because his back was bugging him, so
right.
he did not play.
You're right. Yeah.
So it was just the 4 of us.
Yep. Yeah. No.
It was just the 4 of us.
But he came out on Sunday, didn't he? Just to play around?
I think so.
Because he was in the cart with me when I put up that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Or did he?
Because we were teeing off on number 1 as you were coming up 18.
No, he did play. It was a different tournament he didn't play in. Okay, yeah. He did play. So it was 5 of us. Yes, it was 5 of us because we were in 2 different groups.
Yes, because me and Clark were in the cart.
Yeah, you and Clark were in one group on the second day, and myself, Jake, and Dave were in the other group. So there's 5 of us.
Yes.
So day number 1, we get out there and it was our second day in a row golfing, although the scramble format in the Halo didn't really take anything out of us. And let me pull up the card here and just see where we were. But it was a good day for some of us.
If you wanted to put the rest of the field out of any hope of contention, you put up the score on Saturday, the first day that he put up.
Yeah, so Saturday I played with Jake
and Dave.
We stayed the same both days.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because you guys went out. Did we chase you both days?
You did.
Or did we go out early the first day?
You chased us.
We chased you both days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we chased you both days. And on day 1, after day 1, I was in first after shooting a plus 470. Stellar round. I mean, I had 269s going into day one.
70.
Lay down a 70. Put it
70.
out there.
That is the best round ever.
Best round of the Tour Championship. Yeah.
Best round of
No. I had a better round at the major.
Best round of the Tour Championship.
Yep.
Yes. So he goes out and throws up a 70.
Yep.
A 70. almost puts the tournament out of reach right off the bat. So
I came to play on day one, and I wanted to make sure that it was just one of those things this year where after losing a lot of my season last year to a freak injury, I was coming back with a vengeance, and going into that weekend, I wrapped up pretty well every single trophy. I was going for the first career Grand Slam with
within the season, because
we added the major in season 2.
Yeah.
We didn't have it in season 1, and I swept everything in season 1, so I didn't have the official Grand Slam. So winning the major this year allowed me the opportunity to try and get it again, right? So I was in first at 70. Alvin was in second with a 78. Jake was in third with an 89, and Dave was in fourth with a 95. So I had built an 8-stroke lead on you through day one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost insurmountable. But again, 18 holes, 8 strokes for us, not unheard of.
Well, I mean, the way we've been playing the last few days, definitely not unforeseen. So we go into day 2. Alvin's got I got an 8-stroke lead over Alvin. Jake and Dave are all but out of it at that point. They would have to lay down something extremely legendary and have both of us fall. So day 2.
I remember your tee shot on day 2 because I needed him to at least struggle out of the gate. And I remember your tee shot on day number 2 went into the hill off to the right.
Yeah, and for like the first time in I don't know how long.
And I was like, ooh, the door pops open a crack. Just a crack.
Yes, because if I'm not mistaken, on day 2, on that one, let's see, how did I start? However, oh yes, I started with a double bogey.
Yeah, you did.
I started with a double bogey on one, and I think you parred.
Yep.
So there was a 2-stroke swing.
So yeah, day number 2 is where season highlight came from for me, wasn't it?
No, because we started on the front.
Oh, okay.
That was in the major.
Oh, that was in the major.
That's right.
Yeah.
So day 2, I put my tee shot into the hills, and I never go into the right hills anymore because I hit everything left off that tee box because it's wide open and I don't care. And so anyways, I ended up with a double, and I was kind of like, whatever.
So it gave me 2 strokes on the first hole because I parred, he double bogey, so now we're into 6.
Yep.
Reachable.
Yep. I then went par, bogey, par, bogey, par for a 5 over front 9 after going 2 over on the first hole.
Out of reach. Out of reach after 9.
However, you were still in the hunt at that point. We made the turn, and I played the back at 8 over with 2 double bogeys back to back. Like 13, 14, 15, I went 5 over. And if I didn't have as big of a lead as I did, it could have been dangerous. Because you shot on day 2, you shot an 80. I shot a 78 to add to my lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up beating you by 10. So I shot a cumulative plus 16. You shot a plus 26. Jacob shot his career best, I believe, which was an 83.
Yes.
He put up a really good round
number in second round.
for a plus 40. And Dave rebounded by shooting 10 strokes less and finishing with an 85 that day for a plus 48.
It was his best round ever on tour.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was cool to finish the season for him.
So that gave, and again, these points were huge too coming in because it was triple points.
Yep.
So you win, you get 3,000 and then 2,700.
There was an outside chance that I actually could have taken the cup from.
Yeah, there's an outside chance. So at the end of that event, I won, as you can see by the new jacket right here, number 2. It's
that's if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it.
This one fits nice. I like it.
Yeah.
My wife hates it. I love it. So if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, go check us out on YouTube, Mulligans and Hackers Golf. We got a lot of cool shorts on there. Mm-hmm. You can watch the podcast instead of just listening to it, and make sure you give us a like and subscribe. While you're at it, check us out on Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
all of our socials.
All the socials. I think we're on Rumble now.
Oh wow, Alvin's a busy guy. He's usually the guy you talk to on there.
Yeah, if you're chatting with somebody, 9 chances out of 10 it's me.
Yeah, I'm usually busy doing other stuff, but Alvin does a great job of keeping all of our socials running.
We're getting quite a few views on our YouTube now, and we're up to 70 subs. Next stop 100.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
Thanks a lot for taking the time to sub.
And I mean, this past season, one of our best ones yet. I mean, we're both wearing 36 a day hats here. Alvin is wearing the one that I wore all year long, which I credit to helping me win and win the Tour Championship and sweep everything, along with my Red Rooster golf gloves. You know, it's nice to know a lot of people in the industry now and making friends, and being able to shout them out and then doing the same thing to us.
Shout out to Mike Johnny, 36 a day.
Yep.
He looks after us quite well. I started wearing 7-iron golf gloves this year.
Yep.
Really like them. So we've kind of split up on the golf glove side of the sport.
As we can see, you know, the Red Rooster golf clubs still reign supreme. At least on the leaderboard.
At least on the leaderboard, yeah. But again, shout out to 7-iron golf gloves for keeping me supplied all summer.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we'll see where that goes going forward.
Yeah. So after that event, here's our final season breakdown. Again, you can find these on our socials. So after 15 events, with 15 events played, you and I were the only two to play the entire season. Clark missed one event due to his back. I had 8 wins, for 21,900 points in first place. You had 4 wins, good for 20,500 wins, and yet again, the bridesmaid for
three straight years in a row, second place for this guy in the chase for the cup.
Does it ever get old not being able to hold that cup up by yourself?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm not getting any younger either. You know, yeah, I don't want that door to close. I really, you know, I'd like to add that to my
trophy case.
Trophy case.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that plays out. But again, Clark, third straight year, second place hurts a little bit.
Yeah, Clark finished third with 14 events played and 3 wins. He had 16,350. Dave was next with 11,850, followed by Jake at 5,900, Josh at 2,650, and Kevin at 600, Marcus at 350. So again, it was another terrific season, and really
it was fun golfing with our pals all year.
Yeah, and I mean it was so nice that we were able to, you know, get out all those rounds in between our tournament dates. And I mean, even when we just go out for a round, it's competitive. I mean, we've been doing that lately on the weekends when we get a chance. Even today, the 3 of us were out with Clark, or the 2 of us were out with Clark. And I mean, it was a competitive round to start with. And
it's starting that fell again. It was a tough weekend for me all over Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was not a good weekend. They had moments I could just. I know why my game is unmanageable and unsustainable right now. And again, I think I talked about this earlier in the year when my game started to dip. I stopped working out. I stopped putting the work in, and I expect the same results.
Yep. Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard to get the same results if you're not putting it in. And I mean, that's like me. So as soon as September hits, I coach high school volleyball. I cannot golf any days during the week. I can't really golf Fridays. Can't really golf Saturdays. So really Sundays up until this weekend where we had a weekend off. So it's only been Sundays. So once a week for me the last few weeks, and then 3 times this weekend because I had the free weekend. I'm like, I'm getting as much golf in as I can.
But the difference is yesterday and today, you were down on the range, putting in the work before you even went out.
It's true.
I showed up and played.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting the work in on the range. I'm not doing the work at home, exercising and working with the weights at home anymore. And my game shows.
Yeah.
It shows in my game.
Yeah.
I for myself, if I want to maintain my game throughout the entire season, it has to be an entire season of commitment of range work, working out at home, away from the course. That's the only way I can maintain and keep a game that competes with you and Clark.
Well, the range is so important. Like, I mean, throughout the season, or for a month or so, I lost my driver swing. My irons have always stayed pretty true, which I mean, I've always been a good ball striker and a really good putter. Although yesterday, you would not have believed that.
Yesterday was an enigma for both of us.
That was such a weird round. But I mean, this is the beauty about golf, right? Like we played on Saturday. We played okay rounds. I think we were around 80. Was it like just on the north side of 80, which for us isn't great, but I mean it was okay. Then yesterday we go out and I mean I struggled to stay under 90. I 3 or 4 putted like 5 straight holes. Like I'm lucky if I have one 3 putting around nowadays.
I've never seen
it. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Like even in year one, even when we started this nonsense, I've never seen you putt that bad.
And I mean mentally, I wasn't locked in yesterday. Obviously, I mean that's what it came down to. So at the end of the day, I mean I was happy I stayed under 90. I shot an 88, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
I didn't even count my scorecard.
And that's
how bad I did. I didn't count the scorecard.
But I mean, that's golf, right? And then today I go and shoot it at 71, a 5 over with 3 birdies, and I finished birdie.
So yesterday I started par, and then the game went to shit.
Yep.
Today I parred the first 4 holes, par, and then my game went to shit again.
Yep. Yeah, it's trying to just you might bogey, but you can't double or triple.
I shot 87 today. Oof. After parring the first 4 holes.
Yeah, that's tough. So you were 21 over on 14 holes.
Yep.
Whew. That's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad.
That's like 7 doubles.
And I don't think I had 1 errant tee shot, and that was on number 5. It went up into the hills.
It was all your.
Well, I guess number 6 was an errant tee shot too, because that kind of we were going for the green on 6 like we do.
Yeah, and you hit a branch.
I hit a branch and went out to the
went
left.
backwards.
So that I doubled 5, I tripled 6, but then number 7, par 3 I usually don't play well. I parred it.
Yep.
So my game started to come around.
I think didn't you par 8 as well?
No, I put my first tee shot off into.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You crushed 8. You crushed 8.
I did.
I think you made par.
I think I made par. And then
no, you made bogey.
Right.
You made bogey because you were on the edge and you ended up high on it, and you were on the lip.
Yeah.
But I mean, you bounced back, so you went 5 over through 2 holes, and then you went par bogey, and it looked good. And then 9 got you, which is kind of where
again a really good tee shot that where the pin placement was
protected by the overhanging tree.
Jumped up and bit me in the ass because my ball made it over the front of the trees. And on its way down on the back, hit the branches on the way down. My ball was right on line.
100%. You hit the best shot out of all of us.
And it hit the branch and bounced it. And ricocheted back in front of the green, so I had to chip. I chipped over and that just south. And then we go to number 10. I double bogey 10 because I couldn't get it on. And then my game just went away. Literally, the par 5. I crush a drive.
Oh yeah, you were only like 15, 20 yards behiand me. Yeah. And I smashed.
It is the first time I was ever inside of the 200-yard marker on that hole.
Yes.
So I take out 5 wood because I can make it.
Yep.
And I absolutely shit duff it and had to take a drop.
Yeah.
Wound up taking a 9 on that hole.
Hey, I took a 9 yesterday. I took a 9 yesterday on that hole. I 4-putted it after taking a drop, and I mean, sometimes
I can attest all this bad play right now because during the week I'm getting my rounds in because I'm going out solo.
Yes.
But I moved up a tee box, so I moved up to the blues. It's a lot more comfortable.
On a lot of holes. There are some holes where it's not a huge difference, but there are also holes where it makes a big difference.
You bet. So when I play with you, I move back to the blacks.
Yep.
I don't have the stamina to do it.
No, and I mean,
and you can see it.
We should play the Blues to end of the year here soon, or we could.
Well, I don't know how long we got left.
Maybe a week or two. It's not too much. I mean, it was beautiful today. It's 28 degrees today in October on Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
But I mean, we know that can turn in a heartbeat around here.
Yeah.
But I would say probably 2 weeks, most likely. Maybe 3 if we're lucky.
If we're lucky. I think Matt said
but probably 2 for sure.
He was going to the last Sunday in October if the weather held.
Yeah. So I mean, we would probably have 2 to 3 weeks left in the season.
So last podcast, I asked, do you have a round count?
Yeah.
And we had a vague idea.
That's right.
You did your round count today.
Yeah.
I did my round count today.
Yeah.
What are you at?
I am sitting at 105 rounds played.
And last year?
Last year I played 112.
Okay. So you still broke 100.
Yeah. My goal this year, knowing that I was busy into September, and there was times we didn't play as much golf this summer as we did last year.
True.
Because when I got injured last year and when I came back, I wasn't playing any other sports.
Right.
So this year I was playing everything again. So I didn't have quite the same amount of time.
But you still broke 100.
Yes, that was my only goal. My goal was to break 100, and I was like, if I break 100, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
How about you? Where are you at?
I'm at 97. 97 rounds. Hopefully another week or two left in the season. I got tee times booked for tomorrow, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice. So what did you have last year?
103.
Okay, so you might beat it.
So I
You
might
should
be
beat
able to,
it.
I might be, if we can go 2 weeks, if we can have 2 weeks left in the season, I can beat it.
Yep.
But barring that, I'm getting my 100 in because I'm getting 3 rounds in at least this week.
Yeah, and I mean you're going down and you're playing by yourself and,
Yep,
and cruising
after work.
through. I mean the sun is starting to set a little earlier, so playing as a single down there and just jumping on whatever nine's free is
Yeah.
really it really helps.
I played 18 a couple Mondays ago. It took me an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, and you're playing terrific,
And I
right?
played terrific
Yeah.
from the Blues, yes.
That'll do it. You
yeah.
can get around that course fast if you're playing well.
It's fairway to green, and yeah, so that Monday I played the front 9 twice.
Yeah, because that's the Monday you texted me and just said if I could only play the front 9, I'd be a single digit handicap.
Because I parred it the first time we went around.
Yeah.
So it's the first time, so we can get into some season highlights here.
Yeah.
So season highlight for me is on that Monday, that first 9, I parred it. So I was even par through 9.
First time ever on the front.
First time ever on the front.
Yep.
So that was one of my highlights. The other highlight was first 9, I played the back. That's the first time I ever played at 100 par.
Right, and that was at the during the major.
That was during the
Yep.
major. So I played the back 9 at 1 under. I played the front 9 at even. That's a far cry from 2 years ago when we were playing this.
Yeah, man.
Another. You gotta be kidding me. So another highlight for me, hole number 6 this year.
Yeah, you've hit it more than anyone else on the
So
the green.
hole number 6 was never a hole in the last 2 years that I could really attack. It is a reachable par 4 if you can cut the corner or if you can go over the trees.
Yeah, and it's a mad dog leg right
So
with an elevated green.
yes, I'll put a picture of it up on the computer here. So watch it on YouTube. So twice from the blacks, I've hit it.
Yep.
4 times from the blues, I've hit that green this year.
Yeah.
That's 6 times this year I've hit that green.
Yeah, man. I think I've done it once.
0 eagles. So if you look at our YouTube page and our shorts, we got a bunch of eagle opportunities from that hole.
And a lot of go for green.
And a lot of go for greens.
Yeah.
And no eagle putts on that yet, except for Jacobs from the Halo tournament.
Yes, Jacob is the only one that has successfully driven and made the
And made
eagle.
his
on
eagle
it.
putt.
So it's awesome.
I have made 1 eagle this year, and it's on number 6, but it was from the side of the hill on the approach to it.
Golfing
So-
by yourself.
Golfing by myself. I made the eagle from there. That's it.
And my only eagle came at Riverview
Yes.
on the par
On the
5.
par 5.
When I just smashed a drive and that was on our tour date up there.
Yeah, it was on our third day.
When
It was
I
an
went I
absolute
shot 4 over that day.
fantastic drive,
Yeah.
fantastic approach shot.
Yep, a nice little 8 iron in and just made a nice eagle putt. It was good.
So those are my highlights from the year.
Yeah.
1 under on the back, even par on the front. Being able to drive number 6 consistent, because my driver has changed a lot this year.
You've got a lot more lift on yours and a lot more distance. You've
It's-
gained probably 15, 20, maybe even more 25 yards on it.
Easy.
On average.
On average.
Yeah.
And again, playing from that type of position, I have to learn too.
Yeah.
I changed a grip. Changed my grip this year, which helped with my iron striking.
The hardest thing for you right now is sometimes you drive it so far that you don't have a shot inside 100 yards because you're not comfortable with that shot yet. So now it's forcing you to play that shot, and you'll get comfortable with it, but it's going to take time, right? So for me, my highlights of the season, twice I broke 70. Twice I broke 70 and once I shot 70.
Yeah. So we had a goal before the season started of breaking 70.
Yes.
I didn't come close really this year. I think my lowest score was 75.
I thought you had like a 73 or 74. Maybe.
Maybe.
Hard to say.
I can't remember because again, it's
It's so many rounds.
It's 97 rounds in.
Yeah, tough to say. But anyways,
and he did it twice.
I did it twice. I did, and one of those was in the major.
Yep.
Which
put everybody else
that was day one.
That was day one. So
and I just went and I was like, catch me if you can.
Yeah, not having them.
So with those 269s, the first time I shot 69, we played the back first, and then we played the front first and then the back. So I was 4 over on the front, 1 under on the back. The next time we did it, we played the back first, and then we played the front. And on the back, I was 4 over, and on the front, I was 1 under. So I've played both 9s on separate occasions at 1 under par. So that was pretty good. Hitting 70 was pretty sweet as well. I had a round where I had, I think, 4 or 5 birdies, which is just unheard of. I mean, as we're getting better, we're getting more and more opportunities, right? And it's nice to see some of them drop. And when you have a round like that, like even today, finishing birdie, like I birdied 7 today. I chipped out. I didn't make the green on the par 3, tough par 3, number 7. I chipped out. I made birdie, and then I finished birdie on 17 and 18, which was terrific. And I shot 71 today. I mean, it was well within the possibilities that I could have broke 70 again today.
Yep. Yeah. For sure, you were there.
But for me, the biggest thing is even when I'm playing, and I don't necessarily have to be over aggressive. I know what clubs to play. We've played that, of course, so many times over the last 3 years. It's just I can do it in my sleep pretty well.
Yeah.
And
from where we are, like, it doesn't take us long to pick the club out of the bag.
No, and I mean, when my putter is locked and loaded, like though it is on those days when I shoot really low scores, it's awesome. It's fun. And I mean, the first 2 times I shot, or both times I shot the 69, I remember getting to the second last hole, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like this is crazy. It's like I haven't been in any trouble all day. It's just kind of been one of those rounds where everything's kind of working, and we're just going through everything, and all of a sudden I look at my scorecard in my back pocket. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's cool. Never thought I'd see it, but that's cool. So I mean, we put a lot of work and a lot of time and effort in, and I mean, it's nice to see the payoffs. I really enjoyed the 2 episodes, or the major and the major and the tour championship, and the ability to really put the pressure on you guys early. Those were probably two of my best rounds in tour play, and I was happy to be back healthy this year.
Yeah,
you guys earn it.
Showed, and you put a lot of work in, and I got to give you credit for that, because my work ethic in the sport wanes, and you can tell it. Right, there was a part in the season there where, again, I stopped putting the work in, and boy, you could tell. I could tell in my game.
Yep.
As I can tell in my game now when we move back to the Blacks.
Yep.
I'm not putting the work in, and I really, really have to.
It's like
it's a mental part for me where it's like, just because the season's winding down doesn't mean your commitment to the sport has to wind down.
That's right.
Right. I still need to work out. I still need to put the work in. I still need to get those range sessions in, because I haven't been to the range and since our tour stopped.
And see that, like, for me,
and if we want to change, and if what we have coming up next season comes to fruition, I can't wait.
No, you have to spend time there.
I have to spend time.
You're gonna need more clubs in your bag to be able to hit.
I'm gonna have to make sure I get my workouts in.
Yep.
And range sessions.
Yep.
And because next season we have some things on tap. As they start to get worked out, we'll let you guys know. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Throughout the season, throughout the winter, because.
Anyways, you're gonna have to spend a bunch of time on the range, and see I think that's part of the reason I'm so consistent with my rounds, is because my routine never changes, ever.
Yep.
Like, I'll go down an hour before. Doesn't matter what golf course I'm at. The only time it'll ever change is if I'm at a golf course like Rolling Hills or Birstall, or somewhere that doesn't actually have a driving range, I'll spend more time putting there. But typically, I like to spend an hour on the range. I start with gap wedge, then I go 7 iron, 6 iron, 5 hybrid, 5 wood, 3 wood driver. Then I go 60, 58, 54, and then I'll hit some short 50-yard chips to round out the rest of my bucket. And then I go and I spend 25, 30 minutes putting, and it never changes.
Mine does, but again, our season's winding down. Are we playing in the league this winter?
I don't know. Maybe the Cottonwood one. We'll see. TBD.
Yeah, to be determined.
Yeah.
I really like to play in something this winter.
Yeah, I think although the results of that league were kind of like the simulators, I don't like them per se to reflect our games, but I do like the fact that we're getting swings in.
Same.
And I think it helped us get off to a roaring start.
I guess I would be interested to see if my increased accuracy and distance with the driver would translate to the simulator.
Well, you're hitting more up on it, so theoretically it should.
Because I couldn't get more than 220 yards out of a drive last year, and I know even last year I hit my driver on average 250.
Yeah, you couldn't even get it was crazy.
It was sad, and it makes it hard to get to a par 4 and 2 when you're only 200 yards off the tee box. You're hitting a 3 wood in, and you still have a gap wedge for your third shot on a par 4.
It's true. True.
It'd be interesting to see if that translates.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting just to see the rest of our game, right? Like now we know how it operates, so I mean we could conceivably play it a little smarter.
Yeah.
If we play in that same league.
So that's something we might do. As we wind down the season again, third season.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like I know we did so many more podcasts in one, and then we did less. We less last year, and then we're around the same this year. But it seems like we're dedicating more and more time to playing golf. Like anytime we have free time.
The podcast is a cool outlet for us just to sit down and talk about our game where it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's our league or just us and where our games are.
And I mean,
I guess for us, this is a learning thing, and just doing this.
And it's allowed us to make some cool friends and have some cool relationships, right? Like after this podcast, we'll take the rest of the month off, and then we'll go into our special guest podcast. In
November, we'll start our guests again, which is a big part of our podcast life. I would say is our guest podcast. Yeah. We've had a certain guest on for our first guest of both seasons, and if you know who that is, he's coming back for season number 3.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We have some more people that are really interested in talking to us this winter. So I know you're busy, but I plan on getting more guest podcasts in this winter. Solo or
I'll be on as much as I can, but I mean obviously this time of the year like our lives kind of diverge a little bit because Alvin's more kind of retired recluse and I'm more of a in the community doing my thing.
This is me building the brand and reaching out and
100%
and chatting with more people again in the whole golf social media world, right?
And I try.
Matt from On Screws podcast has been a big guy for us. Again, he's been our guest. He's been our guest twice now. He'll be our guest third time. 3 seasons in a row. That's huge. We might have a couple guys back from previous seasons. Some new ones. I know somebody out there, a friend of ours, is talking about starting a podcast. We'll go on and join him on his podcast for sure, if that materializes. But again, we're going to talk to more people this year. I might even get another guest host in to fill your role sometimes if you're not available.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's just a matter of.
But it's fun. This is fun.
I mean, the guest host or the guest podcasts are some of the best ones we have.
Yes,
well, like there's a lot of great.
We can talk about our bullshit golf all, but when we go out there and we talk to other people that are in the same same zones as we are in the golf world, social media golf,
Yep.
going out and playing the game. That for me is us reaching more accounts, reaching more people, and making more friends.
Bigger audience, right? Creating a bigger audience and expanding our brand, which is the whole idea behind this.
Yeah.
And I mean, golf this year is a great year for golf. I'll have to do a count and see how many rounds I've played at different golf courses, like how many different golf courses.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I've played 75 rounds at Cottonwood, thereabouts, when I was counting my cards.
So for me, it's I can narrow mine down a little more. So obviously, I've done all of them in Medicine Hat.
Yep.
So I even played par 3 times this year.
Yeah, I have not played par 3.
The par 3, Connaught, Red Cliff, Medicine Hat, Desert Bloom twice,
Rolling Hills.
Bow Island. Did we do Bow Island this year?
We did.
We did Bow Island.
Burstall.
And I think that's.
Did you get Cottonwood in there?
Cottonwood. Yeah. So
that's 9.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and I added and I'll have all of those.
We didn't get Maple Creek in this year.
We did not get Maple Creek in this year. I added all of those plus another Serenity, Strathmore, Inglewood, Maple Ridge, Crow's Nest Pass. So I'm like 15-ish.
Nice.
And that's honestly that's kind of my goal every year, because anytime I'm out of town in the summer, the golf clubs go in the car, and my wife will go somewhere, and my wife will be like, "Well, I'm doing this," and I'm like, "That's great. I have a tee time. I am out of here. I am going to golf, because I may never get to golf this course again, and I'm going to golf that. You bet your ass."
Well, next year should be, if everything pans out, what we've already started talking about. There'll be some more golf courses played next summer.
Yep.
Our tour may change a little bit. We'll still have our Mulligans and Hackers tour some way, somehow. But there could be more golf elements in there next year as we approach next year.
Which is the exciting stuff, right? Because it's growing for us, and it's better golf, and it's just it's more opportunities. And our games have come miles in the last 3 years. Like I was just talking about this with Mac, actually, who's the owner general manager down at Cottonwood Cooley Golf Course. And I was talking to him about it, 3 years ago, my hope was that I would break 100 out there. And then last year it was kind of, last year was kind of, hey, let's be in the low 80s, maybe break 80 once in a while, we'll be good. This year we went in with the goal of breaking 70. And I mean, as the season went along, I found that the vast majority of my rounds were mid-low 70 rounds. And it was just, if I had a bad day, I might shoot 18 over. I always seem to find my way back to bogey golf when I'm consistently playing. So it's nice to see how our skills have developed, right? And same with everybody.
Same. I mean, where we used to be and where we are. I'm really happy with my ball striking, right? So, that's a big part of growing the game and being where we want to be. Next year is going to be different. It is going to be different.
Well, especially with us looking at moving courses, it's going to be very different.
We might be moving courses. We might be doing some different tournament play next year as a group.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon. We just got to hammer it all out.
We have to get through the winter, and
it'll all pan out. I mean, some of it might not, but I'm excited to see where it takes us.
Hey, we're still growing in the game, and for me, this is my retirement sport. This is what I'm going to be doing until I can't do it anymore. So I want to experience as much as I can in the sport.
I mean, I want for you to one day, win the jug.
That would be nice. And I think if we change the tour a little bit next year, it might be my best chance of winning the cup next year. So
the co-commissioner just wants to change it so he has a better opportunity.
Yeah. If you can't win, just change the rules.
Right. Yeah. It makes it easier for everybody.
So there it is.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Season 3.
Season 3. That's it. That's
in the
all.
Books.
That's we had some great golf, and I mean, we'll golf out over the last few weeks, and the next time we chit chat with you guys will be special guest, season number 3, episode 1.
Episode 1, yeah. With
with
we,
Matt.
we probably know who that's going to be.
Yeah, probably a little OTS golf maybe in there.
Maybe.
Go check them out on Instagram. Yeah, but other than that, guys, we appreciate all of you guys that listen to these episodes when they come out. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect us to, two guys that just sit here and talk about golf, to have 30, 40, 50 downloads per episode and growing. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, I mean, we knew our friends and family would support us, but it's wild the amount of people that download that we don't even have a clue who they are.
I did on YouTube, you could go into the YouTube studio.
Yep.
And you could find out where people are watching your stuff from.
Yeah.
I'll post it up here. I'll post it up so you guys can see. It's not just North America where people are checking out our stuff.
Yeah, well, and I mean,
especially on our YouTube, like
it's the same on our podcast when listening on Buzzsprout. We'll pop it up here too. And same thing. There's lots of people from overseas, like Europe, Germany, like different places over there listening to our podcast, which is wild, like wild. And we're just two hackers that play golf.
And we're not really that good at podcasting either.
No, we just sit here and we just bullshit.
We fill this in during our golf so that we can get to the guest podcasts, which are way more interesting than us talking.
100%, way better stuff.
Way better content.
Way better content.
So, anyways, really appreciate you guys checking us out.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Share it with your friends.
Give us a like, a share.
Reach out and chat to us. I'll chat with anyone, especially about golf.
I got a parting question for everybody. I mean, towards the end of the season here, I've been talking with a lot of different people about golf, and even Mac was saying, his goal this year was to break par at a golf course. Never done it before. So this year he finally broke par down at his own golf course. He shot a 63. So when you're playing and you're out with your buddies and you shoot the round of your life, do you include your gimmies, or is there no gimmies like we play no gimmies? Because when I think of a full round, I think of no gimmies. I don't care if it's 1 inch, 6 inches, a foot. You gotta putt it out.
And whereas in, like, say 4 years ago when we played a few rounds, we didn't take any of drops. We just dropped and we didn't add the stroke.
No, and
now we take everything.
Yeah, we take everything. Even when I'm having a bad day and I'm pissed off, I take everything, because the only way to get better, you're only cheating yourself, and the only way to get better is by doing that stuff. So reach out to us and let us know what you think, what your thoughts are on that.
Do you take mullies?
Do you take mullies?
Do you take gimmies?
Yeah. Do you take mullies?
Do you play it out?
Do you take gimmies? Do you just play it as is? Or do you mix and match a little bit? Maybe have a little bit of a breakfast ball once in a while. Who knows? Let us know. We love to chit chat with you guys. But anyways, from Alvin and I, thank you guys a ton. That wraps up season 3 for us. Hope you guys have a awesome winter. And
it's the best winter you can have if you're in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it gets cold, so what are you gonna do? And hopefully you can just golf out in the simulator all winter. But hopefully your mulligans are plenty and your hacks are findable. We'll catch you on the flip side.